So I thought I'd take a second and just kind of talk about Reckless and Romance a little bit. I know I've been promoting a ton of different projects, but this is really the song that I want to put a lot of my effort and my emphasis into. And I just kind of want to come from a genuine place and explain a little bit about the song and, what it means essentially. So Reckless and Romance is a song to me that just stemmed from pure honesty. You ever come to a point in your life where someone is becoming significant enough to you that it makes sense to give them a warning, almost? It's an admittance of toxicity, in a way, I'm definitely not the most mentally healthy person that's ever existed. I'm sure some of you guys can identify with that. And I just felt like it was really important, at the time, at the stage that I was in with that person. It was something that was really important to me. So I just wanted to come from the depths of my soul and give a bit of a disclosure, basically. It's a level of cognizance that I chased for years and years and was never able to achieve until relatively recently. Obviously, admitting that you have a problem is the first step to recovery, is what they say. But yeah, and the long and short of it, that was it. It was an admittance of my own toxicity, saying, hey, you better run away while you still have the chance. They should have warned you in advance. Now that your heart is in my hands, I understand. It cut me really deep to write the song. It was something that was very painful internally, I guess, to come to terms with. And I know that's, once again, something that a lot of people identify with and a lot of people deal with, admitting painful things about ourselves. And I've definitely been toxic. I've definitely been toxic at certain points. And I feel like this is a song that really helps remind me of who I am and who I want to be, Because if you come across somebody who is deserving of your time, if you come across somebody who's deserving of your attention, and you don't give them these types of disclosures, I feel like that's doing your relationship a disservice. You know where I'm coming from. It's hard to keep secrets and be healthy, and that's something that's integral in any relationship. I'm definitely not a relationship guru by any means. I can't seem to make them stick around. But at the time, it was a song that was very, very powerfully influenced just by that feeling of abandon. Hey, look, I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to give you every piece of my soul. I'm going to let you understand every aspect of how I function so that you can make up your own mind as to what you want to do. The lyrics speak a lot for that. The razor's edge, the bitter truth is the only way to spare this pain from you. If I don't go ahead and tell you about this up front, it's going to cause us, more trouble down the road. And inevitably, it might lead to our downfall, our demise, And if you can't be honest with yourself about things that you've got going on internally, you can't expect them to be honest with you in return. And you also can't expect to progress and grow as a person either if you don't say those things. I feel like a self-help coach. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm fucked up. I'm not somebody that you should be taking relationship advice from by any means. But it is something that's very painful to me. It was something that was painful when the song was written, and it's still painful now. But hopefully, that translates into something that's identifiable, something that you understand, and it'll hopefully bring you back to the song pretty consistently. Much shout out to my engineer Lil Ed for the beautiful mix and master. Huge shout out to director Illy Rock for that phenomenal video that he shot there in Raleigh. I also want to shout out 5 Point Records, CBT Studios. Much love to you guys, man. I love y'all boys. But yeah, for all those romantics out there that feel a little toxic sometimes and want to give a disclosure, Reckless and Romance is the song for you. It doesn't celebrate toxicity. It just recognizes it. And I think that's an important point to bring out as well. But yeah, let's give a little bit of a breakdown here. I'm going to kind of pull the beat apart for you, deconstruct the beat a little bit, help you understand how it was composed. Check it out. Okay, so here we have the beat session up. I use Reason by Propellerhead. It's a pretty solid product. I've got this really progressive, nice synth going on. Used a formative filter to kind of creep in a little bit. You can hear how it gradually increases. The dynamic as it goes softer and goes louder and louder and louder. All right, that comes all the way up until the beginning of the first verse, which is right here. All right, and then you introduce the clicks. All right, got the snaps here going on. Very nice. All right, kind of brings that dynamic up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then you start to incorporate more and more instruments. All right, this is the point where I brought the actual 808s in to kind of push that pre-chorus just a little bit. Okay, so you can see them coming in by themselves. Oh, yeah. Super grimy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love that bass sound. There's a couple of key things happening here at the same time. See, so you got this nice little dancey little sequence that goes all over, all around in the back and tinkles and makes all these nice little, all these nice little echoes and stuff in the background. You got your typical bass kick, you know, like a thud kick that's happened as well. You've also got this beautiful little thing. Okay, that's literally just to create dynamic. That's all that's for. So when all that comes together, however, coming off of just the synth and the click, or the snap, once you come into that next part, it just adds a whole different dimension. Hey. See, it just brings it up. And then once the hook actually starts, then you have another set of synths that come in to assist with the dynamic. Okay, so you've got this one. Just follows the chord progression. Nothing too fancy. Let's see here. There's quite a few things. Oh yeah, and then once the first hook gets done, the first hook finishes itself, then you've got the corresponding drums that come in, and they help once again push that dynamic even one level farther. Hold on. Yeah, so they're all helping each other out there with the drums going forward. So then once you get through your second verse and you come here to the second pre-chorus, okay, this is when it's reaching its peak. So at this point, I've even got like a brassy sort of sound coming in. Just to help push that in your face even a little bit farther. There's also a filter on that synth, similar to the filter that's on the original synth in the beginning of the song as well. So it definitely helps, to kind of evolve that dynamic a little bit. And here we have the song, and it's full hilt, going as hard as it's going to go. Dissolves back into our resolution here, okay? So then we've got this, little 4-bar piece where it breaks back down into our catchy, our little melodic hook there. And then here comes the next part. Baby, you're reckless. I want you to know. Baby, I love you. Sometimes it don't show. And then the song just finishes up with that same formative filter that comes in. But that's just a basic breakdown, of some of the pieces of this beat and how the dynamics come back and forth. A lot of interesting stuff going on in here. I do appreciate you guys showing love to all my productions, everything that happens. Once again, shout out to CBT Studios and 5 Point Records. I love y'all boys, and we are out.